Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into secure enterprise cloud hosting.
Hmm.
And specifically, we're looking at a blueprint from Rhyno Cybersecurity. You've given us some, well, really insightful source material here.
Yeah,
It frames their approach as a definite blueprint for cybersecurity in manufacturing.
that's the angle. Yeah.
So our mission today, it isn't just about reviewing Rhino, but really extracting the key lessons. How can any company get better at fending off cyber threats using this guide as a sort of case study?
Exactly. And what's really striking right from the get-go is how the sources hammer home the need for a proactive strategy. It's
Mhm.
critical
Right.
because without it, the risks are just huge. You're talking rapid spread of attacks, malware getting everywhere, potentially irreparable damage, not just to data, but reputation too.
Yeah. And the downtime.
Oh, the downtime could be days, even weeks. Crippling. So this deep dive, it's really about seeing how one company, Rhino, actually tackles these very real threats.
Okay, so the source material makes it pretty clear right away. If you're just reacting to web and server security issues, you're in trouble.
You're already behind, yeah.
Malware, viruses, damaged assets, major downtime. It paints a grim picture.
Uh,
So how does Rhino position itself to actually prevent that, the spread and escalation? How do they move beyond just theory?
well, the key thing is they don't just talk about being proactive. They really emphasize their infrastructure and, importantly, their dedicated DevOps teams. That's foundational.
Okay, DevOps. So not just tech, but the process.
Exactly. It's about that continuous integration, continuous deployment mindset. It builds speed and security right into the workflow. So their secure enterprise cloud hosting, they present it as a practical step-by-step guide.
A blueprint, like the source says.
Right. Designed specifically to mitigate those severe risks you mentioned. It's like building a digital fortress from the start, not just plugging leaks after the fact.
Okay, so we've established the why, that urgent need for proactive security. Let's dig into the how. The sources highlight their solution being fast, global, and scalable. Big promises. What are the nuts and bolts behind that? What makes it actually work?
That's a great question because fast and scalable can just be buzzwords, right?
Right.
But here we learn they lean heavily on AWS cloud hosting. That's Amazon Web Services.
Okay, so leveraging a major player.
Definitely. Which gives them that global reach and, flexible power. And they boast 99.99% uptime.
Which is table stakes at the enterprise level, really.
Absolutely. High availability is crucial. Security means nothing if the site's down. Beyond that, they talk about integrated enterprise security, making sure there's optimal space using a CDN.
Content delivery network.
Wait.
Like Cloudflare, maybe.
Exactly like Cloudflare. Speeds things up by caching content closer to the users, and they promise fast performance overall. But crucially, they mention painless resource scaling.
Meaning you can grow without hitting a wall.
Precisely. Grow without fear. And multi-region redundancy. That's key.
So data copied in different places for backup.
Yes, and for business continuity. If one region has an issue, things can keep running from another. It's a core principle for resilience.
Okay, that makes sense. Beyond the back-end tech, though, what about the people?
Yeah.
And data protection itself? The source mentions expert assistance with top-tier support and dependable data preservation and resilience. What does that actually look like?
Yeah, and this isn't just like a basic help desk. They emphasize the deep technical knowledge of their engineering team. That's vital, especially in complex enterprise setups.
So real engineers, not just first-level support.
Seems to be the implication. They promise prioritized updating, handling service requests quickly, plus round-the-clock monitoring and emergency response.
Okay, that 24/7 monitoring is huge for emergencies.
It really is. Minimizing downtime during a crisis. And on the data side, they detail their backup strategy, nightly backups to Amazon S3.
S3. Okay, durable storage.
Very durable, very scalable, and they keep that data for 90 days. Plus, they mention extra backup options for, added assurance.
90 days is a decent retention period.
It is. And that comprehensive approach to data, that's what gives businesses, well, genuine peace of mind, knowing their digital stuff isn't just backed up, it's resilient.
Right. So thinking about global businesses or maybe active development teams, what specific tools or services does Rhino offer to make things smooth, both for users worldwide and the developers building the sites?
Good question. So for that flawless service to worldwide users, the source points to using AWS EC2.
Virtual servers in the cloud.
Yep, flexible computing power.
Yeah.
And again, Cloudflare CDN, those two together, they create this high availability setup with failover and replication.
Meaning if one server fails.
Another one picks up the slack seamlessly. That delivers those fast response times globally. Now, for the developers, they talk about truly empowering your development team.
How so? What do they actually get?
Well, it seems pretty comprehensive. Secure file transfer, SFTP, secure shell access, SSH, direct database access, WPCLI.
The command line tool for WordPress. Powerful stuff.
Very. Detailed error logs, access logs for troubleshooting, and crucially, Git integration.
Okay, Git is essential for modern dev workflows.
Absolutely. So it looks like a really solid toolkit designed to streamline how developers work, give them the control and the insights they need.
Makes sense. Okay, let's pivot slightly. Security and performance. You can't compromise on those, right?
Yeah.
Especially for something like an e-commerce site during, say, Black Friday. How does Rhyno tackle these two critical areas consistently?
Yeah, non-negotiable. The core question for any business is how do you keep the site secure and fast? Rhyno mentions an integrated security monitoring service.
So more than just a firewall.
Seems like it. Something that actively watches website integrity, shields against threats, and quickly patches known vulnerabilities. That sounds proactive.
Proactive patching is key.
Definitely. And they also aim to boost your website's performance exponentially. They do this by apparently running detailed performance checks for every site they migrate.
Oh, interesting. So they benchmark it first.
Looks like it. Identify where improvements can be made, fix issues before they affect users, and specifically for e-commerce, which has those huge traffic spikes,
Right.
they offer highest grade servers and hosting solutions, scalable, Amazon-powered infrastructure again, designed to handle those really demanding sites during peak times. It's that combination, strong defense and optimal user experience.
Okay, got it. Now, the source material also talks about Rhyno being a trusted outsourcing partner, aiming to connect marketing and IT seamlessly. Who are they really aiming this at? And what are actual customers saying? Does it work in practice?
Well, what's interesting is how they seem to target dynamic media companies or businesses with really strict regulatory needs.
Okay, so places with complex requirements.
Exactly. Suggests they understand high-stakes environments. And the testimonials, yeah, they're pretty compelling because they highlight practical benefits. Michel Gagnon from CR Wall, he said they started with a trial but found Rhyno had everything we were looking for. He mentioned features, but also amiable and prompt support.
Support often makes or breaks it.
It really does. Then Jeff Wilson, IT manager at Skyjack, calls Rhyno a remarkable hosting ally, praises the uptime, exceptionally reliable, and says the tech stack works for everything from single sites to large multi-sites.
Versatile, then.
Seems so. And Paula Barros from Linamar Corporation, she found Rhyno's proactive approach a game changer compared to hosts who just react. She confidently recommends them for vital business websites.
That word again, proactive, seemed to be a theme.
It really stands out. These quotes, they're not just fluff. They really underline the value people see in that proactive support and reliable infrastructure.
Makes sense. Okay, finally, the source mentions Rhyno's expertise at your service, saying they can handle complex demands beyond just standard hosting. What does that actually mean? What's this broader expertise?
Yeah, this suggests they go beyond just, setting up a basic server. They adapt their hosting solutions to fit complex needs without losing speed or efficiency.
Like what kind of needs?
Things like integrating with existing CI/CD pipelines, continuous integration, staging, deployment workflows, which is crucial for modern development.
Right.
Handling log shipping for maybe advanced analytics. Incorporating extra AWS services if a client has a specific need.
So customization.
Exactly, a tailored approach. Their promise is a perfect blend of rapidity and refined performance. And it all comes back to their guiding principle, protect with passion.
Protect with passion.
Yeah. It suggests that this blueprint, while a strong foundation, isn't rigid. The real expertise is in applying it flexibly and intelligently to each situation.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what does all this mean for you, the listener? We've really dug into the details of what makes a secure, robust enterprise cloud hosting solution tick, using Rhyno's blueprint as our map. From that multi-region redundancy, the proactive security monitoring, the expert support, those dev tools. It's clear that the specifics really, really matter when you're trying to protect your digital presence.
It really does, and this raises, I think, a critical question for anyone listening. In today's world, where pretty much everything relies on digital operations, How vital is it to choose a partner or build an internal strategy that doesn't just meet your needs now, but actually anticipates and tackles future threats and growth?
Yeah, looking ahead.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond just having a website or an application. It's about truly owning and securing your digital future.
Yeah.
Think about the strategic edge and, frankly, the peace of mind that comes from knowing your digital world is genuinely protected with passion, something to really consider.